approached us. And I thought, oh boy, here we go. We're going to have to murder some people in the streets. Boy, was I wrong. They just wanted to talk. How often does that happen? So they said, we don't want to talk to you, Mr. Robot. We want to talk to this guy, your friend, your best friend, for the last X amount of years. And I said, are you okay with this, Jaeger? And he said, I sure am, Orion. And I said, all right. And I stepped off. And I kind of kept an eye on them from afar. And then Jaeger just kind of gave me a look that said, I have to go this alone? That's what I gathered from it. But what do I know? So I walked back here. Jaeger's gone.
This situation just keeps getting better and better. Did you at least manage to
money out of it?
If we survive to use it?
Oh, we will. Always have, always will.
Did you at least manage to scope out the fishery?
We only made it down the block. I think these people were watching us.
Yeah, Ryan's been
watching us more closely than we've been watching, well, everything else.
He's been gone. It's only been about 3 minutes since you last saw him. It was awfully quick.
Yeah. No. I basically just left
like
for a couple minutes and came back.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
We had best go scout the area then.
We could go as a team. A team that doesn't get approached by strangers in the street and then left alone. Friendless. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I just like get up and like start following.
So you guys head on to the exit here and head outside and head down to where you believe the old fishery would be, which is towards the docks. Curzon's kind of in the front, taking the correct direction, because I'm not sure if any of you actually know where the fishery is, or you've talked to anyone who's told you, or did Dream tell y'all?
Yeah, he gave us the general direction.
Okay, in that case, without much issue, you guys start heading towards the docks, or specifically the drop point, or where it should be. While you're traveling there, it is late evening. There's a lot of foot traffic around. A lot of folks up and down the roads, a few shops open, people yelling out. Streets are pretty lively at the moment. It takes you about, let's say about 10 minutes to get down to the docks, where you see the old fishery. First, let's show y'all the docks.
Ooh.
It looks a little bit,
awful.
Yeah, a little dreary. But the big building you see in front of you would be the fishery. Heading around the corner of the fishery, you notice there is an alleyway with a whole bunch of crates stacked up. And one of these crates has a gash on it in the shape of an X.
I think that marks the spot.
Perhaps you should have your dog, Dick, go check it out. Maybe sniff around. Will he listen to you? Will he do that?
Oh, we'll find out. Go smell that box over there. One with the X on it.
You said Dick to smell the box?
Yep.
Make an intelligence roll with 2 banes.
Oh my god.
Make a dick check.
Oh, this is great.
Okay. So you hop off Dick and kind of pat him in motion to go check out the boxes. So he takes a few steps forward towards the box and kind of just turns and starts walking to one of the doorways to the side and just takes a piss.
So that's a no to your question.
Can I look around this alley and just can I tell if anybody's peeking out at us through one of the windows?
Make a perception check for me with just regulars, flat. So you kind of survey your surroundings and see you're in a nice big open alleyway. You check the windows around and just looking at see if any are lit up or anyone's sitting in any of the windows, just looking, and you don't see anyone right now kind of checking you out from any of those windows.
Okay. Who has... Well, let me turn around and I'll sort of whisper. Who has the ransom? And I'll kind of dim my eyes.
I think I'm carrying it as the appointed drop person.
So this alley, is it as enclosed as what's indicated in this picture here? Is this what we're looking down at exactly?
It'd technically be a little tighter in this picture, but this is pretty close.
Okay.
Also,
I think there's a good place to
go ahead.
set up here. Perhaps we just make the drop and see what happens.
There are a lot of roofs we could get to if we know how.
I can climb.
You and trees did pretty well. How about you and buildings?
Can you climb the side of a building?
Looking at the side of the building, how hard would it be to climb?
Looking at the side of the building, it would be quite difficult to climb. It would definitely take effort, and it would be. It's gonna take effort. We can leave it at that until you want to try. Also, real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I hear an echo of the music. Does anyone else hear that?
Oh, it looks like it's broadcast.
I'm not even playing the music.
Really?
I don't know.
Mute for just a second. Anyone else hear that echo?
No.
Is it just me?
I think so.
All right. Well, if no one's in chat, if you hear an echo, you say something. Otherwise, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, proceed.
I'm listening to the stream right now. I hear the echo on the stream.
Could it be that you've got Twitch sound going?
No, I actually don't even have the Twitch page open.
Or do you have monitoring? No, that would... I don't know. If you have monitors on in OBS. But... We'll proceed.
Yeah, we'll worry about it. We'll worry about it later. We're good.
Okay. I will look at the windows and the little ledges that would be required to ascend these buildings, and I will turn back to Thrak, and I'll just say, nope, I don't think it's a good idea. These are much different than trees.
That's very astute. Very astute. Maybe we can find a building that's, say, vacant-ish, that we can get inside of and up on top of one of these roofs.
Okay, are you checking for that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go look, see, like a block of buildings that has no lit windows in it.
So do you guys always break and enter?
It's not really breaking and entering. We're not planning on stealing anything, so it's good.
Normally we just break.
Think the traditional way, generally. If that is a thing.
So...
I don't even know what to say to that.
Thrak, did you say you were going around the corner, around the block, to look for more vacant buildings?
Yeah, somewhere that looks like it would lead to a roof that oversees this alley.
Sure. Everyone sees Thrak exit the alleyway and kind of head around the corner of one of the buildings you can see on the image here. And the moment you turn that corner, Thrak, you see what you think is like a fire escape, like a set of stairs just going up and up and up and up.
Well, I'm going to kind of duck my head back around to where I can see the group, point at them, and then point up, and then I'm going to go back around and start climbing.
Okay.
I think he found a way up.
Should we follow him?
I would probably do better down here if something were to happen. And I'll turn to Taratic and say, okay, look, I need you to really be in character. Really sell it. You're gonna walk up there with that bag, nervous, and you're gonna drop it at the spot. And then you're gonna look around, and then you're gonna make your way back here. And then we'll watch who comes to get it, and then we'll murder them.
The head of the Merchant Guild is not afraid.
Thrak, you're at the top of that building now.
All right. I'm
I
gonna
start
walk
heading
up to
up.
the edge and see if I can see them pretty well from up there.
Sure. Looking over the edge, you kind of have to hop a little bit because you're a short fellow. But leaning over the edge, you look down and you see your group standing in the middle of this large alleyway with Bertha exiting the alley the same way you did.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm gonna just kind of duck down behind it until I hear some sort of commotion.
And I'll turn back to Taratic again and say, I'll be just over here in the shadow, ready.
We're
I'll
about
turn-
3 hours early too. Maybe we shouldn't do the drop just yet.
I have no concept of time. I don't sleep. I don't eat or drink. I can stand for hours
Until you stop standing.
until I stop standing. And speaking of that, could you help me out? And I'll turn around and sort of move my cloak to the side, and my key is sort of turning a little bit. Could you give me a wind up?
Out of curiosity, what is your key made out of?
I'll turn and look at at
Have I
Bertha,
left earshot yet?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
and she's gone, and I'll say, I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Curzon, would you do the honors then?
Of cranking his key?
Cranky.
Yes.
This is a little awkward, but sure. And he walks up to Orion, and you kind of have your little turnkey revealed right now.
Yes, got kind of my one shoulder cloak kind of pulled in front of me.
Okay, and he reaches for it, but he pauses right before he touches it, and then he kind of looks around your shoulder, Orion. Is this not a more personal thing for your type? Are you sure you're okay with a stranger just touching this? This is your life force, isn't it?
I've been shut down many times. Once for days. It's not fun. I'd rather have somebody else crank me up than to not exist.
And besides, his friends are watching.
Oh, okay, fair enough. And he reaches, grabs the turnkey, and just cranks it the only direction it'll go.
Yep. And after that, I'll say, thank you, friend. And I'll turn and say, if need be, I can hide in the shadows for an inordinate amount of time. And it's nothing. Even if you all need to leave and find a different place, I can hide pretty well.
Curzon, where are you going to set up in this brawl starts?
I'm not sure. Perhaps the roof, right? What is actually? I'm glad you asked that, because what is our plan?
Say, there may not be a brawl. It might just be me shooting a guy. Or maybe no one will show up.
Oh my god.
Curzon kind of holds his hand out towards you, Orion, in kind of a wait motion. Hold on now. If we're making the drop, right? And someone picks it up. If we just immediately blast whoever it is, what do we do then?
We take their face, move on to the next member of their group.
Our friend has a point here.
We don't even know who. We probably should be a little more tactical about this as opposed to just destroying this person. Maybe we should capture them and interrogate them?
Either that, or perhaps just follow them. This money means nothing to Master Dream.
Whichever
Although
you like
I
to
do,
deem
I
better.
want it.
Oof.
Sorry.
Well, the money, I have no interest in the money either, so it's all you lot at the end of this.
In that case, then I guess you should go ahead and get set up on the roof.
Oh, sure. Right. So tell me again. So what are we going to do? Are we going to follow this person or capture them, or what is our plan?
We'll play it by ear. It's what we always do.
Okay.
I'd say let's try and follow them, because inevitably Master Dreen is going to want to know who is behind it. And perhaps they just send some lowly nobody to pick it up. We follow them back to where they go. And then we play it by ear. But unless somebody initiates on us, perhaps we play it cool.
Right. Well, okay. Well, I guess I'll be on the roof then.
Is there like a doorway or like a pile of crates or something that I could kind of go and kind of just meld into the shadows a little bit or hide behind?
Yes.
Where I could see the drop.
There's all these things. Dealer's choice.
I would like to go in, maybe if there, like I'd prefer to go in like a doorway that's darkened, that also maybe has a little bit of cover that I could easily get to in front of it.
Okay. So in that case, you're opting for the doorway then.
Yes.
All right. So you see, you find one of the nearby doorways that it looks like it's very dark, and you can kind of slink into the shadows from, and just kind of wait and watch. Are you going there now?
Yeah, I'm gonna start walking over that way, and as I do, I'm gonna pull my pistol out and load it. And as I'm doing so, I'm gonna say, I wish someone would today. Today is not the day. Today is not the day. My friend left me, and I'm here with a gun, and I will kill someone. And I'll go to
Oh my god.
And then once I get to the doorway, I'll sort of dim my eyes extremely, extremely low.
Bertha, where did you go?
so
You went
good.
around the corner, but did you go up?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to go.
Okay. Thrak, you see Bertha coming off the stairs and on the roof with you now. And Curzon will make way up there too.
Okay, I get down.
Before
We don't want
Orion
anyone to see us.
blends into the background or whatever he's going to do, I would like him to take a handful of the money out of this bag, and just enough so that I've got an idea for it. When they make the drop, maybe we can slow them down enough to grab them if we want to talk to them by putting a couple of these coins out where it looks like maybe I dropped them as I was carrying the bag in. And that way they may start slowing down to look for the coins. What do you think?
Well, I say, if we're gonna sell it, then in that case, we just rip a hole in the bag and let it happen naturally. If someone's watching us, they're gonna see that.
Fair enough. I sort of wiggle a small hole into the bag as I start walking towards the drop, and maybe try to make sure that one or two, not too many coins fall out, just enough that somebody might notice 2 or 3 sitting there as I walk to the crate, stick it in, and find my own doorway to sort of kind of hide behind.
Okay. So you guys are all assuming the waiting position, and we're gonna wait till later, huh?
Got
Yes.
all night.
Okay. So you all get into position. I'm gonna need stealth checks from Taratic and Orion, though, and do it with 2 boons. The environment's kind of made for hiding. Okay. And okay. All right. So you guys get in position. You blend in.
I'm looking for the stealth category.
That is. Oh, I said stealth check, didn't I? That's D&D habits. That would be agility, yeah. Oh, Thrak, you didn't have to do it, but I appreciate it. You're very well hidden. There we go. Okay, so you guys sit and wait. and wait, and wait. It gets
Yeah.
darker and darker and darker.
If I feel it to be about 11 or 11:30, I'd like to go ahead and cast a spell.
It is definitely around those times right now.
I'll go ahead and
Hey.
cast Arcane Armor to Magnus.
DM, you're on the stream. You've got the jukebox up in where the rolls normally go.
I do? Oh, that's odd. I need to see where my chat is. I wonder why it's like that.
Because whichever
there we go.
screen
I got
you
it.
have up, you just have to check it out. Yeah, go over the chat.
Okay, sorry about that. So, you go ahead and cast your arcane armor and remain hidden. It's very quiet. Seems like this area was chosen for a reason. There hasn't been any traffic through here. The outside sounds of people talking and carriages going by on the nearby roads has ceased. It's just you guys now. About another 30 minutes passes when it gets and it's close to midnight. When a figure enters the alleyway, slowly. He seems to be kind of in his arms close to his chest, kind of shaking a little bit, looking side to side as he's entering the alley. Every now and then scratching his neck a little bit.
Crackhead.
As he gets more towards the center of the alley, you see him kind of looking around at the nearby crates until he sees one finally with an X on it. And then he kind of nods a bit and starts power walking over to it. And it's fairly obvious to see Tyradek and Orion that this gentleman is a Clockwork. He heads
I'm
to the crate with an
extremely
X.
shocked by this.
He heads to that
Do
crate
I-
with an X.
Do I have line of sight to Orion in my hidden position currently?
Yes. But he's
I'm going
yes.
to sort of flash what's going on, hand sign real quick once the guys pass me and not going to be looking my direction.
He's digging around in the crate right now.
My eyes like light up again, and I'm gonna assume that's, if we're gonna role play how I failed my fucking stealth check, that's gonna be it. And I'll look back at Tyradek and just kind of
The Clockwork grabs the bag, plus a few extra coins in his hand he sees, and he's kind of nodding at it. Yeah, this is what they want. Yeah. And he turns and starts walking out of the alley.
Whenever he makes the first turn out of the alley, I'll leave my hidey hole.
Before he makes the corner, is there a spot on his backside that he can't see? Maybe like a key or something that I have line of sight to?
His back is covered right now by what looks like a large cape or cloak.
Okay. I guess we start following. I'm going to bound after Orion then.
Okay, what's everybody else doing?
I'm gonna start hustling down those stairs.
Yeah, I guess go back down
Okay, and
to
Curzon
where everybody else is.
follows behind. And you guys are tracking this guy right now through the streets, is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the goal.
Okay.
How much foot traffic is there?
Almost none.
So it's going to be obvious that we're following.
If out in the open?
Am I next to Tyradek right now?
Yeah.
We're walking together. I'm gonna sort of lean over to him and just sort of whisper, I've never seen another Clockwork before.
Never ever?
Is that what I look like? What does he look like?
Oh my god.
He looks kind of run down and broken. You saw a few cracks on him when he was passing by. Looked like one of his eye lights may be damaged, or eye lanterns damaged. He looked like almost your original comment, the robotic form of a druggie.
Oh God.
You're much prettier.
Oh, thank goodness. Well, all right. Well, maybe. I guess we just follow this guy. Or girl.
I guess we don't have to risk
What am I?
losing him in this giant crowd.
And when he turned the corner, and y'all turned the corner too, you see he's just kind of walking on. It's not really a sidewalk, but just along the side of the buildings. Who is following him right now? All y'all?
I am.
I'm with Orion.
Yes.
And I'm trying to, each time there's an opportunity to like duck into like a doorway or behind a crate or a wagon or something like that, I'm doing so and sort of holding there until I feel the need to move up.
Okay. Everybody else?
I just gotta ask you, JD, are you doing like the goofy over-the-top action movie? You're just barrel rolling and diving and leaping from cover to cover?
That's what I imagine. I know that might not be it, but that's what I imagine.
High acrobatics.
It depends on what the DM says.
If that's what if he's trying to stealth, we'll see, because everyone who's trying to follow this guy right now and stay as a group needs to give me another stealth check or agility check with 2 boons. Everybody can get the 2 boons. This guy is a little unawares.
Damn, that's a big roll threat.
So it's an agility check
Super sneaky.
Plus 2 boons.
with 2 bits.
There it goes.
And Curzon is with y'all, so he will do the same.
God, I hope not. Oh, fuck. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. So, all of you are kind of hunched down, just getting in between like alleys when you can and making sure not to stay line of sight completely. You see Orion kind of doing little barrel rolls to various like street lamps and random things he could find, even if he doesn't fully fit behind them. But he seems to know what he's doing.
That's great.
Brunhilde fails to notice.
Nope. Bertha.
Oh, sorry, Bertha. Yeah. Sorry, deep cuts. Bertha
My sister, rest in peace.
sees not the open can lying near the buildings as she's sneaking to and kick. You hear the sound of metal clanking, echoing on these roads. At that point, the clockwork in front of you turns around and sees all of you right there, just looking at him. He's frozen for just a moment.
We're spread out a little bit. Are we all together, grouped up?
No one told me you weren't. To which he is gonna yell, "Oh shit!" and turn and start trying to run away.
Oh my god!
I
I immediately get up and take pursuit.
Okay, and we'll just do.
Oh my god, this is so good.
We'll do a check. We'll do a check for this. Go ahead and everyone give me one more agility check, just raw. And if you succeed, we'll say I'm gonna say you're able to catch up to him.
Oh Jesus, yes, please! God damn it, no!
There we go.
Oh yeah, I can keep up with this guy. I'm right on top of him.
I'm all flat on my face.
Everyone tries to keep up with this guy, but they just can't get
Fucking God.
They just can't get enough speed in them. They just can't catch up. But you see Tyraddic dart off after this guy, gain on him immediately, and bam, tackle him to the ground.
Well, at least somebody can do the work when it needs to be done.
Tyraddic, to which you hear, "No, please don't hurt me, no!"
If you want to keep me alive, you'll tell me everything you know.
I do. I just wanted the grease, man. I just wanted the grease.
I look around and sort of like inspecting myself. I'm like, I don't need any grease. What grease are you talking about? And I'll sort of walk around in front, and I'll lean down and dim my eye lanterns a little bit, and say, "Who are you?"
Oh, I'm Gears, and I was just trying to get some easy dream grease, man. I don't mean nothing.
I'll look at Taratic and say, "Dream grease.
I love
Sounds
everything about this.
Fabulous.
Yes, it does.
And who is going to give you this dream grease?"
It was gonna be easy. Please don't. Just if I tell you, will you still get my grease for me?
I'll look
Sure.
at Taratic and then back at Thrak, and I'll look at him and I'll look back at Taratic and I'll kind of motion, be like, let's let him go for a second. And I want to put my hand on his shoulder and sort of help him up. Say, "My friend, you're the only other clockwork I've seen. I've been around for literally years and never seen another one.
Taratic,
We can be friends."
what are you doing during this since you're on top of him?
I'm attempting to extricate myself without touching him. I figure I need to do an agility check for that.
You're trying just to not touch him?
Yeah, he's probably iron.
Well, when you tackled him, it was from behind, I was assuming. Like, you didn't get around in front of him, and he was wearing that thick, large cloak, remember?
Right, so as I'm coming off him, I don't want to get grabbed or anything like that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll say you don't have to do a check for it in this case. He's kind of just sitting there scared, huddled on the ground right now, so he's not reaching out anywhere at the moment.
Where are we supposed to take this bag?
Well, I'll sort of put up a finger and I'll say, I'll look around in the street that we're on, because I'm assuming the one we're on is maybe a little bit larger thoroughfare normally during the day.
Yes.
I'll say, perhaps we have this conversation over there, and I'll sort of point to the nearest alley.
Are there any these buildings that look like they might have doors that would open, like maybe some sort of apartment type building that we could get inside off the street?
If you would like to spend the time checking for that.
I'll go ahead and do a perception check for that.
Okay, so you see Taratic walk over to the first set of buildings he could see to see if maybe the door's unlocked and whatnot. And the door is unlocked. But inside, it looks like a very well-lit area. Looks like maybe like a living room of some sort.
Shut it back. Walk towards the alley that Orion had picked out for us.
Okay. So are you all going in the alleyway then?
Yep.
Yeah.
Gears
And I'll
kind
just-
of shut.
I'm gonna grab Gears kind of around just by the shoulder and just say, "Come on, friend, let's have a chat."
I got just. Oh man, I screwed up bad. Oh shit. As he's just getting ushered into the alley.
We'll still get you your grease, man. Don't you worry.
And you are now in an alleyway with just y'all.
Is there anything like a crate or a box or something that I could sit Gears down on?
Sure, there's some crates.
Okay. I'll just sort of usher him over near a box. And I'll kind of go to where I set him down on it. Say, have a seat, my friend.
Okay, I'll just right here. Okay. Yeah, sit. I can do that. Okay. Yeah. And he sits
All right.
down.
Are you comfortable?
No, I need the grease, man. I was about to get it.
Who was gonna give you the grease?
Well, that one promised. He's pointing over at Thrak. He said we'd get it no matter what. So if he's a good guy, he'll do it. So all I had to do was take the money. That y'all haven't killed me and taken yet. So I guess my luck's pretty good. And take it to the docks. To the rude boys waiting, and they were gonna give me a canister of the good stuff.
The rude boy. Now, and this is very important. Were they wearing red or blue bandana?
I don't know.
Okay, it was worth a shot. Was there a particular person in particular that put you up to the... A name? Give me a name! I'm sorry. Can I please have a name?
they don't really give names, man. They just came and found me and were like, you want some of that grease, man? And I was like, hell yeah, I want that grease. And as he's yelling in the alleyway.
I sort of.
I'm sorry. Hell yeah, I want that grease. So they just said to go to the crate with an X and get the bag, which seems to be money, but with a hole in it. That's how I knew. But and here I am, not getting the grease and not getting the money, but talking to you all.
You'll get the grease. You'll get the grease.
Hopefully. I'm going to step in for a sec.
Yeah, I'll step back.
See, I like names. I like to know who I'm working with, who I'm dealing with. And I really want to know the name of the guy who was going to give you grease, because he's probably got the best grease in the city. And in order to get that grease for you, I need that name. You've probably seen him around before somewhere.
Nah, I don't know his name, man. They just said it'd be at the boats. Once I handed it the boats, they tossed me my canister and I got my grease.
What's the name of the boat you're going to?
The name of I don't know the boat, man. We're just trying to get my drop.
Hey.
Oh, sorry.
Voices.
I'm sorry.
Voices.
I'm just so. Oh, he's just rubbing his hands on his legs repeatedly right now.
And I'll say, look, Mr. Gears. I'm waiting for him to make eye contact with me.
He looks up at you with one lantern well lit and the other one kind of dim.
I'll say, from one clockwork to another, stay here for just a moment. And I'll say, Teratic, grab the bag for a moment.
I grab the bag and
we'll
follow
get you your grease.
Orion over to wherever he wants me to stand.
Just like a couple of steps off. Just a couple of steps off.
If I'm not there at a certain time, I ain't gonna get it, man. They ain't gonna give it to me.
We know.
I told you, we'll get it for you, man. We'll get it for you. Don't you worry.
Quickly zoom, look back around, and I'll say, so do we give this guy this bag, let him get the drop, and then
Do I hear what they're
go?
saying?
Are y'all trying to whisper just to each other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to try and get in that conversation too.
What if we send a different
Sure.
clockwork?
So
You
I
think they'll
have.
notice?
I would have to do quite the performance.
So I have a question. Does your changeling only work on people? Or can they
Yes.
do clockworks?
I don't think I can do a clockwork. Me and the color iron don't get along.
I'll say, I could try to be a greasehead.
You still got your bandana, pull it down over one eye, walk unsteady like.
So, with the infinite myriad of clockwork builds, on a scale of 1 to 10, how similar in form are we?
2.
Me and this. Okay. I look back at him, and I look back and I say, no, there's no way. There's just no way.
No,
Put a
I
couple
think you can do
cloaks
it. I
on.
think he's right. Yeah, put the cloak on. Can you
These
hobble?
guys,
I think you should try it.
I just shake my head. I
It's a
said,
bad idea.
there's no way. There's no way. I think
these guys just pick some random person to make the run. They're not going to notice the difference.
They don't know anything.
For this much money, I bet they do.
real easy to say, not being a clockwork, and the one that would have to go in there.
Well, if I could go,
I think you
I'd go.
just don't like iron. That's what I think. I think you want me gone. Jaeger's gone. Now you want me gone. Maybe I'll make you gone, and I'll pull my gun out. And I'll point
You
it at
couldn't
the
hit me if I walked up to that gun.
Hey.
Whoa, shit, what are y'all doing?
I'll turn.
Get your grease.
Calm
Shut
down.
up.
And I'll put my gun away. I'll say, I'm sorry. I'm
Not
all
yourself.
out of sort. My friend is not here. My friend is not here, and I'm uncomfortable. And I'm not comfortable with pretending to be a gearhead, a greasehead, whatever they are.
Hey,
Whatever
man, that's rude.
That's called. I'm not talking to you right now, Gears. I'm not gonna do it. It's not happening. I think we give him the money, we see who takes it, and then we follow them. And if he tells them that he was followed and interrogated, then we kill him. We kill this clockwork. And I'm like at the point my vocal box is like distorting.
But only if you tell them about us. If you don't tell them about us, you get your grease and you walk.
Why don't y'all just kill him? There's only 2.
Well, that makes things very simple.
All right. Well, let's go murder them.
You do want your grease though, right?
Well, yeah, man. But if I give them, if they, well, yeah. Oh, you're right. Let me make sure they have the grease there first. If they do, I'll give the signal and y'all kill them.
How about this?
And y'all give me 10 silver for my trouble. Yeah.
We can work something out on the payment side of things, but you want your grease, they have it. They want the coins, you have it. So what we do is we tell them, or you tell them to follow you back to where you've put the coins, which is safe, after you have your grease.
They ain't gonna do that. Are you crazy? You want them to kill me? This man's crazy. No one. Can I go get my damn grease?
Don't listen to him. They're not gonna give you your grease if you don't have the money.
Yeah, he knows.
Look, here's what that's gonna have to happen. You drop the grease off.
Grease?
And then you signal to us. You drop the money off.
Oh.
Get your grease. And you signal to us how many there are. And then you leave with your grease. We never see you again.
Okay, sure. I was doing that anyway till y'all put me in this alley.
Just make sure you don't run once we get out of this alley. We might have something we can work with.
Yeah, if you run, you're never gonna see grease again.
Okay.
And I'll sort of walk up and I'll say, look, I know how you work. I know there's a little key on you. And I also know you can be disassembled. So, if you go bad on this and you cause us any trouble, I will remove your arms and your legs. And I will keep you wound up for an unforetellable amount of time. And I will not give you a drop of grease.
He looks kind of frozen, leaning back a bit.
What the hell is wrong with you, man?
I'm not stingy. I'll give you a hit if you want it. Have you ever?
I don't want your grease.
Have you ever had it before? It's what's clockworks, man. It's the best physical pleasure you'll ever feel in your life.
I'll say, I'm not concerned about that right now. I'm having a bad day. I'm having a bad day tonight. Bad night. It's night. It's a bad night, and look, don't screw us.
Okay.
And I'll do the equivalent of like a deep breath of just like a and I'll just turn and sort of step to the side.
Do you think we should send somebody to the point and like past it, so that way we don't get behind on things this time around? You know, goblins don't get noticed very often.
No, but when we do skulking around at night, it's not good news.
I don't think this is a part of town that's very well patrolled.
All right. I don't think it's a good idea, so it's on you if I die.
It was already on me if you die.
Whatever we do, we need to get this greasehead on his way, or they're gonna know something's up.
Right.
Look, I'll go with Gears, and I'll talk to him. I'll let him know that I heard they're holding, and that I want something from them. And I'll already be there.
That could work. Unless it doesn't. I just wanted to make sure that if when the money gets exchanged, they don't bolt and we don't catch up.
Yeah, I'll go with them trying to get stuff from them.
Okay.
I mean,
I still
look,
say Orion could pull it off.
So do I, but he seems
I don't-
very
I don't
stubborn
think
about this.
so.
Pull what off?
Nothing.
worry
Don't worry
about
about it.
Okay.
Say so.
All right, Gears, let's
We
go.
moving forward.
And Gears stands up, kind of cowardly, shuffling out the alleys as he keeps looking back at y'all. Ain't going around, ain't going nowhere.
I'm
Going,
gonna shuffle up with him.
we're going to the docks. We're going.
And I'll say, remember about your arms and legs. I will take them.
No, I want to keep those. I need those. I need them. All right, for this, let's go. Let's go. It's a big old group. Well, you're next to me. He looks down next to him, sees you, Thrak. You coming with?
You know it. They've got some good stuff in there, and I want some.
Well, they're gonna be pissed, but if you cool with that,
I'm sure they'll be pissed, but I want my drugs.
yeah, they told my ass to come along. But all right, we'll do it. I don't care. And he starts heading down the road.
Yeah,
Fucking
I'll go with
robot,
them.
so addicted.
Okay, so tell me the formation here. Who is where?
I'm with Gears.
Yeah, I'll just.
I feel
I'll
like
stick
I
with
should be
Theratic.
far back.
I'm, I guess, going to be about a city block back from Gears and Thrak.
Yeah, back.
And I'm going to have the cloak pulled up. And I would like to pay attention to people that get near us. I'm kind of worried that we're walking into a trap.
Dick will be with. I'll tell Dick to go with Orion.
So you're gonna command Dick to stay with Orion?
Yes.
Okay. Make an intelligence check with one bane.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
All right, so you get real close to Dick. You rub his face. You point at Orion, and you just give him some nods and some more rubs. And he seems to go walk to Orion and just kind of look at him.
I'll lean down and give him a pat on the head.
Keep
All right.
him near you.
And so Dick
I'll
is at
do my
Orion's
best.
side. So all of you are going to try to stay out of sight of Gears and Thrak.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Stealth door. Let's go.
As we're walking along, I'm going to say, brother, you're good at reneging on deals. How would you get out of this one?
You mean if I was that thing? And he points at Gears.
Yes.
Well, I wouldn't, because I look like I'm a drug-addicted, do whatever I can to get what I want type of thing. So I'd probably go with the plan, hope for the best.
Okay. If brother thinks this isn't a double cross, this isn't a double cross yet.
Please. Like this clockwork could do anything to us. And he kind of shrugs.
This clockwork will be the end of us.
All right, we're traveling then, and we're making our way down to the docks. So, eventually, you guys arrive at the docks. Most of you are back around the corner, trying to stay out of sight, but just within line of sight of Gears and Thrak. Gears and Thrak, you both see two figures over in a couple of boats out on the water, but at the docks. They seem to be pretty impatient. One has his arms crossed and is tapping his foot. The other's flipping a coin. They both see you approaching, however, and immediately get one of them puts his hand at its side on a blade, and the other one's kind of just standing there staring. They definitely fit the description of rude boys.
My hands just kind of go straight up in the air. Nothing in my hands, just showing them I've got nothing.
Gears leading in the front. We're here, we got the stuff, man, look, we got... And immediately, one of the people in the boat pulled up his hand. Shut the fuck up, now, shut up. In which Gears, okay, oh, my bad, John, my... He starts getting a little bit closer and quieter. We told you to come the fuck alone, who's this?
Oh, I hear you guys have got some stuff.
Gears kind of looks down at you, Thrak, then back at the two rude boys. Yeah, he wants some. I don't know what the fuck goblins do, but he wants. Look, man, here's the money, and he holds out the bag with his hand over the hole. It's got a hole. Careful now. Just you got that grease, right?
Come on, what else you got?
One of the rude boys holds his hand up. Told you to come the fuck alone, and you brought this with you. What do you know? Who are you? What's your name?
I got copper. I'm good for it, man. Just give me what you got.
Look, I don't have time for this shit, okay? Not at all. No, just give me the goddamn money. And he takes the money, and
Fucking kidding me?
Looks at his friend and kind of gives him a nod and motion. To which the other rude boy reaches on his pouch, takes out a canister, and just tosses it at Gears. Gears catches it, and looks down at you for a moment, Thrak, and then back at the two rude boys. Okay, you come to me for your pickup needs, all right? I'll be back. I got you. And Gears just starts walking off.
What have you got for me? I got 11 copper on me. What have you got for me?
While y'all are arguing, I'd like to go from like my corner post and sort of kind of stealth my way along the road, not straight towards them, but getting closer if I can.
I'll follow.
All right, so you guys are gonna have to go out in the open a little bit to start stealthing in. Go ahead and make some stealth agility checks for me. Whoever's approaching. Curzon will follow suit.
I got this.
Fucking Curzon.
So,
Fucking Curzon.
one of the rude boys draws a knife, looking at you, Thrak, and says, I told you, I don't have time for this shit. I gotta get to the... And then he looks behind you and sees one figure, and then shortly after, two other figures actually doing a good job at stealthing, approaching. Oh, shit. And he goes and starts trying to untie the boat quicker.
The second he does that, I'm bolting to close the distance.
Yep, same.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull my knife out.
The moment you all start dashing, it actually would take him about a minute to get this boat untied. You're able to easily make it to the boats, where there's now 5 of you, minus Bertha. There's 5 of you, right? No, 4 of you. 4 of you at the boats now, and as soon as you all make it, he stops trying to untie the boat. Whoa, hey! We got a damn party here. What's this? What's going on?
You have something I want.
With confidence, I pull out my gun and I put it to the forehead of whichever one's closer to me.
Okay. Okay. I was talking, but I'll still keep talking.
Answer this man's questions.
Fuck. We're getting robbed. Oh, god damn it.
You're getting robbed, sir. I'd like my money back.
He peers in and looks a little bit closer at you, Tyrannic. What the fuck? Aren't you that coins dude?
I am. And you see, you've crossed a very powerful man. And very powerful men don't like being crossed.
I never took you for the come down and get dirty yourself type. That's new, but your money's right next to me. I mean, it's all yours. Sure.
Sometimes you have to make an example. And I say to Orion, do we need both of them to make an example?
Is 2 enough?
I don't suppose we do.
Wait, what are you talking about? 2's enough.
See, I am looking for a certain female individual who is reported to be in y'all's possession.
Oh, you talk. Okay, all right. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about.
I take the gun and I move it from his head down to his kneecap, and I said, "They don't need knees to live, do they?"
They don't.
Now look, I tell you, if you shoot me, I ain't saying nothing. All right, I'll tell you, you just gotta calm the fuck down. Tell your robot to calm the fuck down.
Oh, you'll talk.
I'll look at him and I'll just get right in his face and I'll dim my eye lanterns and I'll take my gun and I'll holster it and I'll just step back like two paces.
And he lowers his hands and sighs. Okay, all right. So, there's your money, and if you're looking for the girl, which I know, no doubt you are, she's on the island behind me. She's I gotta warn you, there's a lot of us there. So,
how many?
Well, there were 12 originally. There should be still. Now that I know we have any emotions towards you, some sneaky folks doing their thing. Hopefully, no one else has messed with them thus far.
The question you should be asking is, what are these sneaky folks going to do to make sure they stay sneaky?
Look, I know when I'm outnumbered. So does Terry. He knows too, and Terry's over there nodding. There's more of y'all. You got guns. We don't have guns. You would win in a fight either way. Let us leave. Hear from us again. Fuck the rude boys. Fuck you. We'll just fuck off.
I don't like that.
Where's the fun in that?
I've only been with him for a week. I ain't gonna die for him. Come on.
How many others have only been there for a week?
What are they wearing?
They seem to be wearing standard rude boys attire. They got little bandit shirts on. They're both wearing bandanas.
What color?
Red.
Okay.
I'm just watching all this craziness happen.
Does one of them look about my approximate size?
The one y'all are talking to is actually really young. The other one seems to be quite a bit older.
You, quiet one. I want your clothes.
He looks at you a bit confused. And then
Clothes. Now.
And then he starts undressing.
And I'll look at the other one. I'll say, "Your bandana. Give it to me."
He reaches up and unties his bandana and just holds it out.
I just take it.
He looks a bit confused at the moment.
Don't worry about it.
Thrak, do you think you can find us someplace to stash these two?
We can weigh him down with something, toss him in.
Ryan does love his river.
Oh my god.
That's a good idea.
At the throw him in the river part, I just come around the corner. Are we throwing something in the river?
Yes. Wait.
More of a
are we throwing
something at the
anything in
moment.
river?
I love throwing things in the river.
Wait. No, did we say they could live?
I don't think we ever actually guaranteed that yet.
Are we letting...
No.
I look at Thrak, I look at Tyradek. I'll say, are we murdering or are we letting these people go?
I was thinking of stashing them for the authorities.
The authorities? Where's... Wait. Yeah. Yeah. I'll get real, real like grim for a second, dim my eye lantern and say, yeah, we leave them for the authorities.
I recommend we don't leave him at the bottom of this river then.
Is there an alleyway you think you can find? Or maybe a building that looks abandoned?
Plan B, Terry! Both of them immediately fall back and leap into the waters and submerge.
Well, I guess that handles that.
Plan B,
Yes,
Terry.
plan B.
Back up, Terry! Put it in reverse, Terry!
They're in the water,
Sailing
right?
to do.
I guess it's time for us to sail to the island and beat them there, and then, or maybe catch them out in the water, because if they're taking a boat like this, it's probably not very close.
More importantly, is there anyone here who knows how to drive a boat?
How hard
Sail
can
a boat.
it be? How hard can it be?
I've done some fishing. time around the water. I may know a little bit.
Never done a boat before.
Is it a boat that you would paddle, I assume?
It is.
Yeah, you just stick the stick in the water and you move it.
This is a
All right,
much
let's do
smaller
it.
boat than I envisioned.
I take one of the paddles and start paddling on the right side.
How
So
fast are these guys swimming away? Are they like just barely treading as they go along, or are they booking it?
when they fell into the water, they submerged immediately, and you haven't seen them resurface anywhere nearby.
How far away is the island?
The island is a good distance away from you. By row speed, none of you are sure because none of you are used to this type of thing. But if you were to walk there, maybe about a good 30 minutes, maybe.
Okay. I don't think there's any chance of them making it there before us.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but I'd like to not have our enemies show up with reinforcements halfway into a fight. If they come up, we may have to put them down.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, they've already jumped into the river, so they've done half the work for me.
So how's that boat going now that I'm just paddling on one side?
You're on a boat just paddling on one side? It seems to be
I
kind of...
hopped in the boat, I grabbed the
Still
oar, and I
tied
started
up.
paddling.
I think it's
Only
still
on the
tied
right
up.
side.
It's kind of just spinning in circles.
I'd like to start balancing out our movement towards the island.
So these boats
Oh, see, I fixed it.
can fit 2 people comfortably each. For the record,
How many uncomfortably?
3,
I'll hang on to the outside.
and there's 2 of them.
I'll jump
how
in the
deep-
second boat.
Well, we can
Oh, there's a
put
second boat?
we can put Orion with me and someone else small.
Well, if you take Orion, then it'd be Curzon, me, and Thrak. That probably balances things well.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, I'd
so,
say so.
are we out in water, or are we back at the dock?
I believe you're still at the docks. I didn't know if y'all were heading out or not. Brunhilde said she was rowing on one side, which if no one else was rowing on the other side, that's a boat going in circles.
We'd like to set out.
That's the one you're getting in, Orion.
I need to go to the other boat, but I need to go to the docks to get there. If I jump in this water, I'm not coming back up.
I try and make my way to Orion.
Okay, and it's a little tricky, but you're able to do it.
Alright. Just get in!
Very carefully go from boat A to boat B.
And I'm gonna have Dick get in the boat instead of me, and I'm gonna just hold on to the back.
Okay. All right, so you all are seated in both boats appropriately. Curzon's gonna hop in one that looks like it has room. I guess the one with
Tyrannic.
Yep. And Thrax holding on to the back of that one.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. And you guys are gonna start setting off at the island in the distance.
Yes.
All right. Just a moment here.
We've activated his trap island.
Oh god.
So.
The giant squid in the water.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Hold up. I gotta cancel. Forgot.
See, I
He's
called
rolling
it. Now
for
he's
it, yep.
canceling it. Yeah, he's rolling for the squid. It's a load of dice anyways. You know it's gonna happen.
So you guys head out
Suddenly cracking.
onto open waters. You start
comes.
rowing steadily. It's very foggy, so it's really hard to see too far in the distance. Are you guys using a light at the moment, or are you just rowing in darkness?
Nah, man, I can see.
Okay.
She can see.
I got dark vision.
So, make perception checks for me, all of you.
What's that?
That is connected to your intelligence. It's a little small
I see
circle.
it. I see it. Sorry.
Straight.
Yeah, just straight.
A boom.
Okay. A couple of you don't notice this. Curzon, I'll say, is just kind of focused on sitting in the boat and not
I
rocking it
can't
too
see
much.
anything anyway.
That's fine. I'll be your eyes.
Couple of you notice off to the, I don't know what the right side of a boat's called, but
Starboard.
The starboard side of your boats.
That's the side I'm on.
Quite a bit in the distance. It's hard to tell because of the fog, but you think you see 2 other boats heading in the same direction.
Oh, shit.
Hell no.
There's guys, there's boats coming.
Are they behind us, sort of?
There's boats coming towards us.
No, they're to your side.
They're paralleling us, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Bring
I'll
us
look
closer.
to, Brunhilde, and I'll say, do these things have cannons? Sort of down. No, they don't.
I don't know what to do at this point.
I think we should engage.
One of the boats seems to be getting a little bit closer. And there is a light on this boat that's kind of getting closer too. It's very foggy, but it's like, a hazed light.
But it looks like they're coming directly towards us, like at the boats. Like,
No, it looks like they're parallel going with you, but one of them's just scooching your way. They are not aimed and coming at you.
Alright. Perhaps we should slow down and let them pass.
No, I don't want them to beat us to the island. We'll take them here.
Wait, are they coming towards us? Oh, sorry.
They're sort of closing the gap.
I'll take one of the bandanas out of my bag and tie it around my face. My non-existent face.
When when the boat is finally just a little bit closer to where you all can make out who is standing in the front of it, they seem to be looking directly in your direction now too. The person standing in front of it looks. Oh, on just a second, because I got a transition here. Looks like this.
Exactly how I thought he'd look.
Exactly.
And as soon as he notices you, he doesn't say a word, but he motions to everyone else. He's given like an away motion towards them. And their boat slowly starts scooching away from you, but still moving in the same direction.
After them, I'd like to start steering my boat towards them and seeing if I can close the gap.
All right, so I believe in your boat, it's you and Curzon rowing, right?
Yes.
Curzon looks at you for a second. I mean, I'll do it, but do you really want to fight on open waters? We're at a tremendous disadvantage here.
Not that tremendous.
Are you... All of your people are wielding blades, me included. Who's going to fight?
I am.
So when they start casting fireballs at our boat, what are you going to do for us?
Sink theirs with some unerring darts.
Oh, when they start throwing fire at us? No. We are not fighting them here.
Wait, you know these guys have fireballs at their command?
I know that
The risk I don't want to take.
a hooded man just pulled up, noticed us, and motioned to move away. I believe whatever they are, they may have magics, and I believe perhaps we should deal with it when we get to the island, as opposed on open water.
Do you think we can beat them to the island?
If you start rowing faster.
I believe we can.
And I'll look over at Thrak and I'll say, perhaps you should start kicking.
Curzon starts rowing more enthusiastically.
I will also
right.
row enthusiastically.
I like where this is
Enthusiastic as
going,
fuck.
and I'll do it too.
Okay, so you all start power rowing towards the island. And it's going to take a bit of time still, even though you guys are kind of pushing it to the limit here, trying to get there as quickly as you can. And eventually, you do roll up on a medium-sized island. A whole bunch of trees are lining just a little bit inland a bit. Looks like may have a forest built onto or placed onto it. But the coast is very rocky as you pull your boats up and land. And I'm guessing y'all are looking around immediately to see if the other boats have arrived too.
Yep.
Yes.
There is nothing else around at the moment.
Is there a spot that looks like it would be where they'd want to land? Sandy beach, pier, dock, boathouse?
There is just tons of rocks. It's a very rocky beach, and it looks like you could pull up anywhere along it. However, it looks like 2 boats are pulling up right now. Perhaps they had the same idea when you got noticed. As they dock onto the beach and look down the coast to see you all standing at your boats, they hastily hop out. And that's going to transition us to this. And they seem to be just looking over at you.
So when we pull up, when we row up in this bit, and I see them down sort of looking, instead of jumping out onto land, I'm actually going to jump down into the water.
Okay.
And submerge myself. And with Clockworks, we don't float. We literally just sink and we walk on the bottom of whatever body of water. So I'm going to go just deep enough to where I can kind of kneel, kind of submerge myself completely and hide in the water.
Okay.
And I'm not going to tell anybody any of that. If they're going out looking ahead, I've just jumped out the back.
I pull out my... No, I don't pull out my sword and shield. So shall we make the first move or them? Like, do they look like aggressive?
They seem to all be wearing hooded robes, but they're all kind of just looking your direction. A couple of them keep looking back and forth at each other, and this one right here seems to say something to one on his side and another on his other side. And then start walking forward. And he calls out, "Who are you? What are you doing here?"
It's O'Malley. Isn't it a great time of year to go fishing? I'm going to take a couple steps forward. Have y'all guys caught anything yet? The mackerel should be in season.
He reaches for his hip to where you can see a knife is and grabs it. "What are you doing here?"
Everyone knows the best fishing is just south of the island.
He kind of looks at you quizzically for a moment. You can't see his eyes. And then he releases his dagger for a moment. "We have business on this island. You would be wise not to interfere."
Interfere? There's plenty of space for everyone to go fishing. I would like to keep closing in just a little bit.
Make an intelligence check with 2 Banes for me.
I'd also, like, follow him.
Because you're trying to convince this guy that you're here for good fishing at 1 a.m.
Yeah. Fish bite all the time at night.
With 4 armed friends and a dog. Well, 3 in this case.
We'll see how this goes.
He motions his hand up to you. "That's far enough. Do not cross us. And stay out of our way. Do your fishing here." As he turns and walks back to his group.
Did I get close enough to get a good look at him?
His face was covered the entire time.
As they start clustering up, I'm going to keep closing distance. Just a little bit. "Hey, sir, do you know of any good fishing spots that you've hit out here before? Maybe a nice secluded little cove."
Oh boy.
"Should just kill him. We should just be done with it. They're witnesses anyhow." This one steps forward and draws his knife. "I told
That's a nice
you
knife.
to leave us be. This is your last warning. Walk away."
Have I gotten close enough to do what I want to do yet? Are they visual?
Oh, I don't know what you want to do, and yes, you can see them.
Good look at their faces?
Can't see any faces.
Still can't see any faces.
Can I grab him and say maybe now is not the time?
I don't know if we're going to have a better time. Half of them are here. It'd be easy to take them out.
You don't even know who they are.
I know they're trouble.
You can't save the world.
But I can try.
You're literally gonna get us all killed.
You've been that way before.
No, I haven't. What do you mean?
Then I freeze as I realize that I'm not talking to the same person I thought I was.
Seeing you two talk and no longer paying attention to them, this one walks back and yells out to his comrades, "Come, we'll find her." As they all start marching off.
Damn.
Did they say it
In
loud enough
unison.
we could hear?
Yeah, you could hear that.
Are you missing someone? Do we need to send out the search and rescue?
At that point, this one gives a motion and they all draw their knives and start rushing in. I need everyone to not roll initiative because that's not how this works, but here we go into combat.
Tirada, you couldn't just lead it, bitch!
Yep.
I could not.
Give me just a second to change up the
Oh, that's
tunes.
fucking... See, here we go. Here we go. I don't even have my next character messed up or made up or anything. How dare you? That's all right.
Okay. Who wants to take a fast turn?
I'll take a fast turn.
Fast. Go ahead.
The closest one to me, I'm going to cast Unerring Darts on, and magic will leap from my fingertips as
He dropped his sickle and chopped his toe.
Let me
Oof.
let me test it real quick.
2 damage.
Okay, there it goes. All right, I won't let that one count because I messed up the first one. So here you go. He's taking a swing at you.
Hey.
Alright, he drops his sickle and he chops his toe off.
He goes for a swing, but you have your shield at the ready, so just clanks up against it. Another one is gonna run up into your face and also make a strike.
I'm invincible!
And this one
Oh, I'm not invincible.
barely cuts into you, just a little bit. It's just a minor nick. You didn't even feel it. The other two over here are going to rush around and take the rush action and close in on you, Radic.
okay.
And this one's going to also move in towards you, Bertha, and take one more slice.
Go away.
Which this one does connect with you, and it hurts. This one stings as it sticks into your shoulder as he pulls the sickle out.
What the hell? Loaded dice. Loaded dice. Everybody's witness.
That'll bring us to a new round. Fast turns.
Fast turn.
Alright, fast turn. I want to slap this bitch
Which bitch?
below me.
Alright, this guy. Got it.
That guy. Alright, hold on. And then I have a plus. It's just 1 boon, right?
Yes. As a warrior, you get a boon on your attacks.
Oh, poop.
And that's not gonna do it. As you swing at him with your club, but he just dodges out of the way in time.
Alright. That's it. Bitches.
Fast
Okay.
attack. The one straight in front of me, I am going to target with Burning Beam.
Okay.
Oh,
Damn
that
it.
was pretty lame.
Oh, so you attack their agility.
He's just gonna die
Okay.
here. Wait, why do I have 5 damage all of a sudden?
Because you got hit for
Oh,
one and they got
me
hit for 4.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't see the one that hit me
So
for
as
4.
this hooded figure is rushing up on you, you charge up a burning beam and fire, but him approaching so fast kind of threw your aim off as it goes wild into the night sky.
Like a firework.
You know the fast?
I
Okay.
don't like this. I'm surrounded.
That'll bring us to slow turns.
I'm going to come out of the water like a fucking Terminator robot and run at this one that's looking at Bertha, and what I can only assume is make a surprise attack against this person.
He is definitely surprised. He'll try to, since he was already trying to get in your face, he'll also take a swing at you.
Very well.
All right, and this one does connect for 2 damage.
That is, yep. Okay, you took care of that. Got it.
That'll leave these 3 over here. The one that got slashed in the back turns around and swings his sickle immediately right at you, Orion.
Okay.
Very poorly, as when he turns to swing, you're already prepared as your scimitar just parries it off.
Murder robot here for duty.
This one right here is going to try and swing at you, Bertha.
No.
As it connects into you again, as you just keep taking cut after cut.
Oh no. I do want to say to this guy when he swings at me, where is Jaeger? I know you have him here.
The last cultist is going to swing at Curzon. Which he does not connect, as Curzon swiftly just dodges out of the way. New fast round.
I stab at this guy, or slash at this guy again with my guitar.
Yes, you do. As you swing at him diagonally and just cut him down to the ground. As he
deal 11 damage.
Immediately falls limp.
I said, where is Jaeger?
And stops moving. Any other fast?
Fast for me as well. All right. Unless somebody else wants to go first.
No, mine, I'm just gonna slap the guy in front of me.
I'm going to cast Magic Dart into the one who dropped his sickle, the guy right in front of me.
Okay, that's an auto hit, right?
Yep, for 2.
All right. You hold your hand out and just immediately 2 darts, point blank range, just stick right into him.
Alright, now I'm gonna slap the one in front of me. I will hit him this time.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes, you will, as you now come up with your club and bam, jack him right across the jaw for 5 damage.
Wait, don't I have more stuff that happens at this point?
You get an extra boon when you attack, but I don't think you get anything else yet.
Okay. I accept you.
Who's going, Thrack or Dick? Thrack, you there?
Yes, sorry. Yeah, I'm going to tell this guy here, you chose to die today and attack with trickery with my long knife.
Okay.
Is that good for him?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even hear the sound, but it popped up. It is, as you cut into this guy. I believe you get more damage though, don't you?
I do. And I'm gonna get backstab as well. So it's gonna be extra 2d6.
Explain backstab to me.
So backstab when you attack with a basic or swift weapon, which the long knife is, and you attack with at least 1 boon, you deal an extra 1d6 damage.
Oh, very nice. As you cut into this guy deep for 9 damage total. And he is bleeding. He's bleeding bad. I believe that's all of y'all. Which will bring us to Curzon's fast turn, who is going to take his attack again on this man in front of him. And easily just skewer right through him and pull back out, as the man seems to be bleeding profusely now. And these guys are looking real roughed up right now. That'll bring us to all the enemies, who, regardless of their situation, choose to stand and fight. As this one goes again for the sickle on you, Tyraddic, after leaning down and grabbing his weapon. Does that connect?
That does connect.
And he cuts into you good, following up right across the side of your face as it gets cut and blood shoots out.
Ugh.
Ugh.
That's gross.
This one sees this wolf standing in front of him and decides he has to do something about it as he goes for a sickle attack on Dick. Which clearly he shouldn't have tried because it's a damn wolf and he has a sickle. As the wolf is just able to just intimidate him out of even trying to hit this thing. I believe that's everybody. So new round, fast turns.
Smack this bitch in front of me.
This is a thug fight right here. It's back and forth, huh?
Yeah.
I'm determined.
Whip his ass, Seabass.
Okay, so you come across with your club again and smack this guy right in the ribs. You may have heard a couple crack as he holds his side and starts falling to the ground and stops moving.
Who's next?
Dick is gonna bite at him. Try and get him back.
This one right here?
Yep,
okay.
That's the one.
Let's see it. And he does, as Dick growls and leaps forward and just starts ripping this man's throat out. He seems to be dead. Any other fast turns?
Taking it slow.
I'll do it fast. I'm going to cast light healing on myself.
Okay. So you put your hand to your chest. A few of your wounds on your face kind of seal up. Feel a little bit of life come back into you. How much does that heal for?
That's going to be for 3.
All right. And that'll bring us to Curzon, who will try to finish off the man in front of him. And he does so with ease as he takes his rapier in this case, and instead of puncturing, goes for a slash right across this man's throat as he starts gargling in his own blood, holding at his throat and gasping and falling down and not moving. This gentleman is going to take another fast turn and try to stab at you again, Tyrannic.
I'm ready for him.
Which
that's going to hit, though.
He definitely does, as this guy seems to be the only trained one out of these men with a sickle, and strikes at you for another 5 damage. Alright, and that'll bring us to slow turns.
I will walk up behind this guy, and I'm assuming I'm flanking.
Yeah, you'll get a boon for this attack.
Any kind of sneak attack, anything like that? Does he know, or was he too distracted?
I'd say he's aware of the battlefield at the moment, but he can't look 2 places at once, so you will get a boon for that.
Okay. And I'm gonna come up behind him with my scimitar. Nope.
All right, and as you come to attack him again, this guy, he doesn't seem to fit in with the rest of them, as he's able to sense the blow coming and dodge to the side.
Where are the fishing spots? We just want to know.
Has everyone gone? I believe they have. That'll bring us to more fast turns.
I'll take another swing at this asshole.
All right, let's do it. Okay, this one connects into him easily. As when he turns to block your blow because he knows you're still there, he doesn't make it in time as you cut into his side for 3 damage.
Did I exceed his AC by 5?
Yes, you did.
Okay. So that's and okay, 3d6 additional damage.
Woo!
10 damage.
As you cut into his side, you feel like you've got a nice sweet spot here. You hold it in and you bring it around and cut half of this man's torso out as he gasps out and falls to the ground,
the fishing spots or Jaeger.
And
Give me one.
Stops moving. And that
I think he's dead there, bud.
takes us out of combat.
Jeez.
I sort of shake the blood off my scimitar and I say, they never expect the attack from the water. It's always the river. If there's ever a question, should you be in the river or throw someone in the river? The answer is yes.
Goes on sheath
Now let's loot these guys.
his rapier after wiping blood off of it.
I'd like to take the robe of the one in front of me, assuming it fits.
Most of them are human size. One seems to have been a lot shorter, though. Particularly the one right there.
Which one was the one that talked to us?
I'm gonna use catch my breath real fast.
Okay. How much does that heal you for?
My full heal rate. Oh wait. Yeah, heal rate.
What's the number?
Oh. Sorry, I'm on a different page. 6.
Okay, that's a big healing. Very nice.
I'm going to do a spell recovery on myself.
Alright, well that was fun. Who were
You
those
guys-
guys?
Trouble? You guys thought this was going to go badly.
I help Orion. I want to help Orion. Search for something significant on the bodies. What do we need to roll?
You don't have to roll anything to search the bodies. You could just search them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm just
searching the
sort of
bodies.
pilfering through this lot of dead bodies, and looking for anything significant.
Like a note or something.
Okay, so you all start checking the bodies. They don't seem to have anything on them, but looking them up and down after you remove their robes around a little bit, and you can see their arms. On their inner arms, they all have that tattoo of that demon skull you saw back at the Moore house.
Same tattoo.
More trouble.
You're not wrong.
Tattoo? And then I assume I'm filled in at some point.
And I want to kind of walk back over to Tyraddic and stand over this disemboweled corpse in front of us. And I'll say, I had a hard time hearing because I was in the river, but did they say anything important or any information we could use?
About the only thing I got from them is that they wanted to go to the northeast, and they were looking for a girl, who I'm hoping is ours.
Looking for?
That's what I heard, but I may be wrong.
Perhaps. Maybe she escaped?
I got a feeling we're between two warring factions. These guys aren't wearing red.
I think you might be
In
on
fact, they're not.
something there.
Ah, so turf wars.
It's a
That's
good
what
thing
y'all
I've got
been
my
dealing
red
with.
bandana.
You got my sister in a gang.
The gang life doesn't pay.
Clearly. And I like look all of you guys up and down.
Well, perhaps we should check these individuals for anything of value and then throw them in the river.
We might actually want their cloaks. We can go from being the Bloods to the Crips.
Well, if there's warring factions, does it really matter if we're wearing these cumbersome robes or what we have on? If we're gonna fight either way?
I think not.
I'd still like to grab one of the ropes. It could come in handy later.
Sure. Add deep blue robes to your inventory.
Deep blue
Alright.
robes.
Is there anything on this body right here?
And know that they're severely damaged. So if you try to wear it right now, it's it's note it's severely damaged. What were you doing, Bertha?
What's up with this body? Anything cool on it?
I assume you're gonna peruse all the bodies, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
let's go.
Okay. To make it quick, just kind of rifling through these bodies, they don't have anything on them other than sickles.
In the river. All of them. All of them. Every one of them. No hesitation whatsoever in the river.
Technically, guys, this is a lake, but you know I'm gonna let this slide.
In the river!
Isn't every lake a river and every river a lake? And as I'm like throwing a body in the river.
The river.
In the lake.
Yeah. It's all water.
You guys are throwing bodies into the...
This is natural.
All right, you one by one start grabbing each of these bodies and just
Yeah.
dropping them into the water.
And as me and Bertha are doing this, I'll just casually comment. I guess Bertha's the only one who gets it. It's just me and Bertha, not Jaeger. Jaeger had more important things to do. So it's
He'll
just
come back,
me
don't worry.
and Bertha throwing bodies in the river.
And I give Orion like a little pat. He'll come back, don't worry.
I hope so,
So not to...
because I tend to get very stabby when he's not around.
Not to hasten things, but to absolutely hasten things. If Candace is here, we should find her as soon as possible, yes?
No,
Well, let's go.
yes.
Yes.
And I start heading up.
Okay.
I'm going to stay sort of in lockstep with Curzon.
All right, and you guys are going to head into the forest? Okay, that is a good spot to take a quick break. So we're going to go for about 10 minutes here, get some drinks real quick, restock, come back, and then figure out what's awaiting them on this island.
Giant squid.
I hope it's not the island of Dr. Moreau.
We'll be right back, y'all. Everybody, we're back. We're back and refreshed and ready to figure out what happens next. So,
we're all gonna die.
If I recall, y'all just completely annihilated and disposed the bodies of 5 or 6 cultists.
Proper disposal.
6.
River.
So what would we like to do now?
As we're sort of walking into the woods, I would like to stop for a moment and say, should we grab the bag of money from the boat?
Yes. I can't believe we left it there.
Okay. I got a little carried away. I saw the river. I saw the people we were definitely gonna murder. So I just went in. I didn't think about the money. But
It's
I would
okay.
like that money.
Happens to the best of us.
So you're heading back to grab the money?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll say, I'll go grab it. Yep, one sec.
All right.
And I'll just
It's still
jog off.
sitting right where y'all left it. There's a hole in it, but it's sitting there.
Okay, so I wanna kind of cinch it at the top. Is there any way I could, like, I don't know, kind of tie up that hole, or keep coins from falling out?
You could try to tie up the hole itself using part of the bag, but if you screw up, you'll just rip the bag more. Would you like to try?
Fuck. Yeah, that's fine, because I got a backpack. I'll just dump it all in my backpack if I rip this. So yeah, I'll try to tie it.
Okay. Is there any reason you should be good at sewing or stitching?
The only case that I could make for that would be that I was created to be a servant clockwork, and was outfitted with anything that would be needed to assist a noble person.
Okay, I'd say that's pretty solid. Okay, go ahead and roll with a boon. Make an agility check.
Okay.
Okay, you take the hole that's formed and kind of grab the 2 linings on the side of it and carefully, gently just tie up that little piece. So it's almost like you have 2 ends tied on this bag now.
Okay. Also, that boon saved that roll.
It's good you were made for this.
And I'll take that and I'll put that bag inside of my backpack, and then I'll just do a quick scan across the floor of the boat and see if any of the silver coins fell out into the boat.
Just looking around the boat, you do notice that there's 3 silver coins laying down there.
Okay. I take them and I put them. I open my backpack and I put them in the coin purse as well before heading back out to the rest of the group.
Okay. So you go ahead and put those in your backpack and start heading back to your group, which didn't make it very far. They're pretty much at the tree line. As you see Orion walking back up now with a bag. Or, not a bag. With nothing, actually. It's in his backpack.
I got the goods. Let's go find this girl.
Let's
Sounds good.
do it.
Okay.
Hey, maybe if we find this girl, we could ransom her for more.
I do not think that would be a very good idea.
That is
You're
an
right.
idea, but yes, I agree. Not one we wish to follow.
Just a thought.
So you
What
get,
do y'all think Jaeger's doing? Sorry, DM. Sorry, go ahead.
so you guys make your way into this this forest, which actually isn't really much of a forest at all, because it only takes about 1 minute of travel just walking through some trees until you see a large clearing in the middle. It looks like maybe just a small amount of ruins, but definitely a camp set up here. Multiple tents, and you see a few, well, they're guards in this case, but they have the attire of rude boys. Kind of standing around chatting around a fire. A couple are over at a pot, looks like they're cooking food. A couple are under this large statue sitting in the middle of these ruins that doesn't really look like anything specifically. It looks destroyed more than anything. And also, you all notice someone not wearing rude boy attire tied up to a post right in the middle of this clearing. Right near the statue, actually.
Can we count how many there are that we can see?
Yes, you guys are all in the trees right now, and they seem to all be in the clearing. Just looking at what's visible, you can count out about 9.
Okay.
10 if you count the person attached to the post.
Can I
Seems
see?
our
How
intel.
much of this can I see?
The moon is full right now, so it's providing enough light to where you can see all of this as well.
Okay.
Would you say, Tyrannic?
I was going to say, it seems our intel actually proved to be right for once.
For once.
Well, we did pay them with letting them leave with their lives. A bit unwillingly.
So, what's the plan?
I'm going to take the clothes we got from the old dude and start putting it over what I'm wearing.
Okay. You start putting on those clothes you gathered from the older rude boy you saw earlier. You're having a bit of trouble, though, as they seem to be very tight.
Yeah. Anybody else want to try this?
I don't think I'm fit for the part.
I could fill half that, maybe.
Brother?
Well, I'm honestly, I'm not sure if deception's the best path here. Could we not just maybe distract them and then rescue Candace and get out of here?
I'm thinking one of their own needing help on the beach could be a good distraction.
We could go back and put some cloaks on.
I don't know. That doesn't seem very smart to me. Surely they'll recognize one of their own.
Just take one of those guys' faces.
It could work. How far out is the closest one to us?
The closest one seems to be kind of standing over a crate, kind of actually looking your direction, but not making any notice that he sees anyone over there. He is about, I'll say 60, no, more like probably 70 feet out from you right now.
He's a little far.
What about one of the ones from earlier?
Those weren't on the same team.
In the boat?
They're a little far right now.
Okay.
I need something closer. It takes a little bit to get into somebody's face.
Why don't we just distract them?
Well,
With what?
I do have 2 bolts that we could light on fire and shoot into the camp.
Anything to give me time to get close and untie Candace.
Perhaps we start a fire. There's lots of trees.
I like that idea.
Are we going to...
I'll go start a fire.
Wait. Are we rushing into combat after that? Or what's the plan?
I think we start the fire. We wait for them to investigate it. And we move in quickly. Take out what's left. Get the candy girl.
Candace.
And
Her
then
name
we
is
leave.
Candace.
Candy.
Right.
Girl.
Okay. I'm okay with this idea. I think this'll work. I just hope a lot of them go to check out the fire. If only a few go, do we charge in still?
I think so. I
Well,
think
we're not
the
going to
element
wait
of
for them
surprise.
to return.
Yeah, element of surprise.
Okay.
With this terrain, is there anywhere that we can set up with our ranged personnel, our pistols and crossbows and longbows? Or is it rather flat on this island?
It is very flat where you are right now. The only cover is the statue in the middle, a few tents you see around said statue, and the trees you're in currently.
Should one of us be on one side pulling them away with the fire, and the rest of us come from the other side of the camp?
That's leaving someone out to dry.
Well, and then I'll kneel down in the dirt, and I'll say, I'm gonna draw on the screen here. I'm gonna draw on the screen, all right? But this is what I'm doing this because this is what I'm drawing in the dirt. All right. So I kneel down in the dirt and I say, all right, gather up. All right. So here's the ruins. Okay. There are people in the ruins. Okay. And here's us. We're over here. We have to get to the ruin. I'm going to go over here and start a fire. And they're gonna go, what? And go to the fire. At which point, I will circle back around this way and hit them from the side, and you go in from this side and hit them from here.
That's about what I was looking for in a plan.
I love it.
Are you comfortable shooting a crossbow, Orion?
Absolutely not, but I can do it. I can try.
Okay. So I still have those 2 bolts with pitch on them that you can set ablaze and shoot into their camp at their tents, too.
Oh, that's a good idea. Perhaps I should try. It's up to you. It's your crossbow and your bolts.
As long as you know if this one somehow gets broken while you're shooting it, you gotta get me a new one.
The last bow I had was absolutely defective.
As long as you understand, if this one doesn't get back to me as is, you get me a new one.
Having seen when he broke it, I'm just going to give him that mom. I know you're lying. I can't believe you're trying to get away with it.
So I think I can set the fire by hand, and that would give me still enough time to run around the perimeter. So, let me ask you this, DM. Looking at the way this thing is laid out, is that reasonable? Is that a reasonable assumption?
It is. It wouldn't take you long to sprint around the edge of the tree line. It is a large field, but it's not large enough to where a fire would grow instantaneously and you wouldn't be able to make it in time.
Okay, yeah, that was my thought, because I don't want to use both bolts if it's not.
Is this camp anywhere close to the shoreline or like dead center of the island? It feels like.
You're not sure, unless you were to go around the entire island and see how big it truly is.
Nah, I don't think we have the time for that.
And then I'll lean down and I'll clear out my plan, my fingered painting plan on the ground.
All right, let me help you with that real quick.
Don't want any evidence.
All right, here are my bolts. There's these 2. They're very clear which ones they are. Have pitch on them. And here's you need them.
Oh, geez. Okay.
All right, so
And I slowly take it, and I want to go ahead and load a bolt.
Okay, you lock and load a bolt into that crossbow.
Thrak, what's your skill with a longbow?
Do you see my arms?
I've been surprised before.
Think I can pull that back?
I want to go up to Orion and just give him like a little pat on the back, like, you got this, buddy.
Bertha, can you shoot a longbow?
Wait, who?
Bertha.
Never tried.
Oh, there's no time like the present if you want one.
I prefer sword and shield myself.
Very well. Do we all have the plan down?
I've got it.
Yeah.
We've got it. So
How
wait
long
for them
till
to
you
start panicking.
I was going to say, how long until you make things hot around here?
Okay, so I'm gonna go set the fire. Once they are distracted and send people to check it out, I will then fire the crossbolt from the hill and set their tents ablaze. At that point, move in.
All right, so just so I know the plan fully, let's say you guys are south of the camp currently. Who's approaching from where?
I'm gonna walk to the east of the camp, set the fire, then walk around to the north of the camp and shoot from there to start the fire that will distract them, at which point everybody else will charge.
I believe the rest of us are arrayed from the southwest towards the west side of this camp.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's my understanding.
Okay, in that case, let me give y'all a little bit better view here of what you're working with. So, Orion, you start hugging the tree lines, keeping an eye on this camp. Looks like there's a group of 4 men sitting in a pot nearest to where you're planning on starting the fire.
Okay. Have I at this point snuck around over into the brush onto the side?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna quietly take out my tinderbox. And I'm going to start just a small little fire, and start covering up with some tinder that I just find in the foliage around. But right up against a tree. Like I want to find like a medium to small sized tree and basically start the fire directly underneath that tree.
Okay. So you're able to get some tinder and kind of go directly. You're starting it from out of their line of sight where the fire's starting, right?
Correct.
Okay, and you get a little bit of smoke going. You get an ember going, and then you get it enough to where it looks like it'll burn fairly nice next to this tree until a little fire forms.
And as soon as I see that first little flicker of flame, and I see that fire has started, I want to start making my way up to the north side of it.
Okay.
Making my way downtown.
You do so.
And once I find a nice spot to sort of hide and conceal myself to the north, I'm going to take aim at the closest tent, and I'm going to wait until the fire becomes big enough that it draws away a tent.
Okay. So, it takes a little bit of time. You stand patiently, and for 5 minutes, you have to watch these men. As you see one, he's talking to the others, and one's approaching the woman on the post and saying something. You can overhear these two kind of loudly talking and yelling and laughing here and there. Until you see this one turn and look the direction to where he sees some smoke. You hear a little bit of shouting, and then you see him and this gentleman start walking. Oh, I'm going to take the whole log with me. Walking in that direction. Until you don't see them anymore, as the fire has grown to the front side of the tree. These couple seem to be yelling at them and laughing a bit.
Animals. And if it looks like I could take a shot without somebody seeing where it came from, I would like to take a shot at the big 10-foot tent that's, I guess, closest to me in the north. I didn't mean to draw on that.
Okay.
Right here.
So you're trying to take the shot without a flaming shot, without being noticed, and hit a specific target, yes?
I mean, that's a fairly decent-sized target.
The
but...
target will be hard to hit. Not getting noticed with a flaming arrow might.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely trying to do it in a way that doesn't immediately alert them to my position.
Okay. I'd say go ahead and what's up?
Go ahead. I was gonna say, if I do notice them, if I can see that they've seen where I shot from, I immediately want to kind of jump up and run and dash off to the west.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll for me. And then go ahead and make immediately after a stealth check for me with a boon.
Okay. Now, is there anything else that I get for spy/mercenary background and hatching schemes and plans like this? Yay or nay?
I would say not in this case.
Okay. So I look down the crossbow sights, and I aim at that tent as best I can, and I squeeze the trigger, and it
An arrow, a lit bolt, flies and sinks into the back of this tent. And it looks like...
Uh-oh.
Alright, that's going to trigger a roll from one of them. But you did hit the tent, and it seems to be starting to blaze up. Alright, give me just a
420, what up?
Because we're going to see if this gentleman sees this.
He didn't see shit. He didn't see shit!
Didn't even see the arrow, period, as he just sees smoke rising from their tent. And suddenly there's much more shouting going on now as everyone gets an alert and draws their knives and starts looking at every direction, huddling around this pillar.
I'm gonna take a regular crossbow bolt and load it into the thing. I'm gonna stay where I'm at for now.
It's at this point, this gentleman runs up to the woman on the post and holds a knife to her neck, shouting, "Whoever the hell you are, come out now, or I'm gutting this woman!"
Oh, fuck. This wasn't part of the plan.
I'm going to target him and cast unerring darts.
You're gonna cast unerring darts at him?
Yes. He is well within my sight. He is definitely within range. It's a guaranteed 7 damage into him.
Okay, so the moment you start doing that, before you make that attack, I'm gonna have you do a check for it, because Curzon, who's right next to you, sees your hand rise and start glowing, tries to grab your hand and shove it down to the ground. And that'll be your strength versus his strength.
Alright. Don't know why I use that one, so I didn't have it.
If I see magic bolts fly out of the fucking tree line at this guy, I'm popping a crossbow bolt at him. Same target. If I feel that that's
okay.
What the rest of the party's doing.
He's unable to stop you from shooting these darts as they sink into this man immediately, who follows up with that knife to her throat and just slits it on the spot as blood starts pouring out of her neck. Curzon...
I'd take the shot.
All right, but before that, I'm going to resolve this. Curzon looks at you, Tyraddic, with his hand on yours, pulls it back to his side, and I'm guessing you're looking at him right now, right?
Yes.
He has an expression of horror on his face that quickly turns into a grin as he says, "Sometimes you just seal your own fucking fate, don't you?" As he turns and darts off into these woods. It's at that point that the woman starts shaking violently, and suddenly a horn sprouts out part of her head as she rips free of her bindings and immediately slashes the throats of the 2 men next to her.
Oh boy.
I think we're winning, guys.
And we're going into combat.
Yeah.
So I don't have a big enough battle map for this, so I'm going to move y'all all slightly onto the map.
Oh my god.
So give me just.
I don't like it.
Just a moment, 'cause we'll say, guys, we're here. And you were up here in some trees.
Huh? Yep.
Right.
I don't like it.
Some trees here.
And I'll think in my head as I see this, what I could only assume to be some sort of demon up here. I'll think to myself, Jaeger would really, really hate to miss this. He'd hate it.
All right, that's gonna bring us into some combat. Who wants to take a fast turn?
All right, Mick Gordon over here.
I think we should go.
Oh, and she looks like
Fight or run?
she looks like
Fight or
this, by
run?
the way, from where you can see.
What happened to her teeth? Oh, demons.
That's a demon.
That's not a pleasant lady.
Any fast turns happening?
No.
I'm
Slow.
holding right now.
Actually, do I count as having gone with what I've done?
No, you weren't in combat yet.
Slow.
Okay. Then that's going to bring us to the fast turns of some enemies, who all of these fine gentlemen are going to, after seeing what just happened, dash into the woods. Let's see how much ground these guys can cover. Yep, that'll be enough. So yeah, they're all going to be able to make it. So they just dash immediately
No, I don't like
out
it.
of sight. And that's gonna leave a, yeah, we'll do a fast turn with her as well. As you see her head kind of cricking back and forth in directions, and immediately snap over in the southeastern direction as she lowers her hands and claws and starts dashing right into these woods. And is
No.
right in your face.
Nope.
And that's gonna be her turn.
Shit.
I don't like it.
I say to myself, oh shit. This was
I don't
not
like
the plan.
I don't fucking like it. I don't like it. I didn't sign up for this. I just wanted beers with my sister. That's all I wanted. She died. Oh god.
I'm gonna hold my turn to see if she aggresses on anything over there in the woods. If she does, I'm gonna move forward and attack with the crossbow.
Okay.
I feel like she's already like aggressed. She's up in my face.
I mean, what did she? Has she seen y'all?
She is,
Y'all are
yeah,
hiding.
she is looking right at them.
All right,
Okay.
for glory, here I go.
I don't know that yet. I can't see that from where I'm at.
Okay.
So.
Well, this is what's happening. I'm gonna smack this bitch.
Oh, all this for some silver.
A lot of silver. A lot of silver.
All right.
Okay. You come across your club when this thing gets in front of you. You're a little bit shook, but you strike it for 4 damage.
Does that trigger my action?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can still go.
Okay. I'm gonna move up behind this crate and take a shot with the crossbow bolt at this, whatever this is.
Horrifying is what it is.
Sneak attack? Any boons?
Oh.
It is not aware of you right now, so yeah, you will get a boon at the moment.
Okay. All right. Okay, here we go.
Why do I always get attacked by the horrifying things?
You fire
I mean,
a shot directly into this thing's back as it rears forward and just keeps kind of shaking very violently.
Okay, it does. I am gonna get an extra d6 of damage here.
All right, let's see it.
3. So 9 damage total.
Let's see what that brings it to. Yep, that's gonna be enough. Okay. So
no. Shit.
you nail her right in the back as you see, well, the two people in front of her see
dear God.
blood gushing out of her mouth as she looks towards the sky and just starts screaming an ear-piercing sound. Her stomach starts to swell and swell and swell until
I don't like it.
an explosion of gore and guts. I need agility checks with Banes from both Teratic and Bertha.
I don't like it.
Just one?
Okay, as both of you
Oh, no. I'm gonna die again.
take 1 damage
Oh, thank God.
from the viscera and grossness that's just slammed in front of you. And also update your own tokens, because I'm not keeping track of that.
Got it.
What explodes out of her, however, prompts a much more
Had 1 damage from earlier.
horrifying image as her body wilts to the ground. A blood slick demon floats in front of you.
Gross.
It's very horrifying to look at. You can't even really see it as shadows are emanating from it. Anything that tries to attack it right now is basically fighting in darkness. It will be imposed a bane to it. However, I need 3 checks from both Thrak, Bertha, and Teratic. I need will checks with a bane.
How many?
1.
No, how many will checks do you need?
Oh, 1 from each of you.
Hey.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh,
Okay. Thrak and Bertha, you steel yourselves against this horrifying sight that just happened right in front of you. Teratic,
thank God.
you are now frightened and gain 1 point of insanity.
I'm gonna beat the fuck out of this thing. Hurrah! Here we go!
All right, we're
Alright, when's
Okay.
my turn? Come on, fast turn, I'm ready.
we're still on slow turns right now. Does anyone else get a
Yeah,
slow
I know.
turn?
It's fine.
Yes. I'm going to move up, hop off Dick, and then stab at it with my long knife.
All right, go for it and do it with a bane.
I don't like this music though. I feel like we should definitely be running right now. That's a
Do I
demon.
get a boon for flanking?
I would say not in this case.
All right.
There's no river near here right now. Where are we gonna put the body?
Like,
You get behind this thing and take a swipe, and it easily just sidesteps out of the way and sort of slowly turns its head out of you, or it turns its head at you and kind of glances at you. I think that was everybody, right?
not everybody. I am going to cast Magic Dart at it.
Okay.
I don't wanna die. I'm gonna die. I have to. It's my character flaw. My entire family is suicidal.
You fire your darts into this thing, and they stick in. And this thing seems to not even pay attention to it. It looks like it hurt it, but it doesn't seem like it did near as much as you were expecting.
Very well. We are all going to die.
Okay, that's going to bring us to a new round of fast turns.
We should run.
Dick's going to bite at it.
All right, let's see Dick do it with he's got to roll a bane because of the shadows.
Got it.
Wow. Okay. Dick jumps in and bites at this thing's feet. And he's able to get a good grasp on it, too, as he clamps down for 5 damage on this.
Can I take the dash action as an action on a fast turn
Alright,
to move
seeing
double my speed, but not take any other action?
Oh, yeah. You could that would be your action in that case. Yeah, so you could move
Okay,
and
yeah.
dash, technically.
Okay. Well,
So-
I'm going to dash over here.
Or rush, I think, yeah.
behind this crate and kind of take cover behind it.
Okay.
Alright, seeing Dick bite this thing, I want to swing at it. I'm sorry, were you done? I'm sorry.
No, I'm done.
I'm sorry.
Okay, take a swing with a Bane, which just cancels your boon, I believe.
Yeah. Ha!
And you're able to connect into it still. Only grazing one of its hands, though, as you deal 1 damage.
I still take it as a victory. Alright.
Okay.
Alright, maybe we can kill this.
Any other fast turns?
Slow turn for me.
Okay, this thing is going to make a Frenzied Attack, which is basically an attack, but at 2 people instead of just 1 person for a Bane.
I don't like it.
As it's going to lash at you with its claws, Tyrannic. And it's going to do so with Bane. Does an 11 hit you?
No, it does not.
It claws at you, but you're able to barely sidestep it. As immediately after it comes around at you, Bertha, for the same thing.
Oh, shit. No. Oh, God. Alright.
And it rips into you for 5 more damage.
Will you quit it?
Directly after that, after swinging at you, it leans back a bit and vanishes.
Where'd that thing go?
That'll bring us to slow turns.
Slow turn. I'm going to cast Cure on myself because I'm not great. It'll heal me for 3.
Okay. You recover a little bit.
Wait, hold on. My bad. It healed me for 1.
Oh, okay. Well, you heal. You barely heal yourself.
I thought that was a full. My bad.
I would like to... Wait, did I go this turn?
You were on.
Technically?
We're on slow
I
turns
think
right now, but yeah, you swung at him.
Okay, sorry.
Everyone
Never
but Tyrannic and Orion went, I think.
I did a fast
Dash.
turn to dash across.
Oh, I gotcha.
My turn's done.
Okay, that'll bring us to the end of the round, which will finish this triggered action. As this thing, Orion, you hear a sound
Nope.
that sounds like something exiting some sort of void. Is right next to you, this pops out.
No!
That'll bring us to a new round.
Oh,
Ah! Pull out my. I pull out my. I pull out my scimitar and I will swing at this thing.
Okay, so you gotta do it with a Bane.
Oh, I'll say this. I'll role play it out a little bit. I'll turn to it with the crossbow and act like I'm gonna shoot it, but I'll drop the crossbow on the ground. Please don't break. And I will pull out my scimitar and go to stab at it as I use trickery.
Okay.
Here we go. Here we go.
You take a swing at it into these demonic shadows, and you contact with nothing. It's like you just swung through air.
Well, shit.
Any other fast turns?
I mean, there's nothing I
Slow
can
turn.
really do.
Okay. This thing is going to take a fast turn, as it's going to try to rip into you, Orion. This thing, again, is going to make a frenzied attack, starting with Tyrannic. It's going to be with 1 Bane.
Oh, that's a hit.
As it rips through you, Tyrannic, its claws raking down your chest for 7 damage, which I
am downed.
believe puts you... Yes.
Fuck!
It's okay, you're not dead. Yet. It's going to use its second swing on you, Orion. 1 Bane. As it follows in and just rips some of the metal out of your chest, too. But you're still standing. You're still all right. That'll bring us... Oh, yeah, that'll bring us to slow turns.
I'm gonna move in and attack him with my long knife using trickery.
Yeah, I'm not letting down my guard. I'm like, I'm ready. I'm ready to fucking...
Smoke starts emanating from its body as small sparks and flames start to form as its body goes up in blaze. And then
we're not even gonna get a bounty for this now.
And then turns to ashes. And you guys are out of combat.
Until the giant squid shows up.
Okay.
Take our money and leave.
I'm still down. What should I be doing?
Go ahead and roll a d6 for me. Tyrannic is still laying unconscious around you all.
I'm gonna ruffle through his bag looking for doctor things.
I pull out my medical kit and I use that. Hold on. One sec.
I just want to peek in the tent, in these tents while they're doing that. I'll look over and say, they've got that under control. I'm looking for any valuables, anything of interest, or anything that could indicate what the fuck they were doing here.
Okay.
So I have to... My healer's kit only works for 4 hours.
Yep, you'll have to spend quite a while working on them with the healer's kit.
Can I work on them if we're in the boat?
Yeah, you could. So, Ryan, you're searching through the tents.
Yeah.
You don't find too much, but you do find a few very helpful boons. I'm assuming you're going through all the tents?
Yeah, just except for the one that's on fire.
Okay. You don't find any money, but you do find a sword lying in one of them. And you also find 2 healing potions in another.
I will take all of that.
Okay. So, what are y'all doing?
Did I
adding the
find
stuff to my
anything doctor-like in Teradic's bag?
You definitely did. You found a healer's kit.
And 2 healing potions.
Oh, and 2 healing potions.
I'm gonna take one of those healing potions and just kind of pour it down his throat.
Okay. Teradic, you heal for your healing rate.
Yay.
I stop using my kit.
As you see his eyes spring open.
Don't you die on us.
Die? I wouldn't think of it. But most importantly, where's my brother?
Oh, he left.
Yeah. Wait, yes. Where's what's his face?
He said something about fate and left.
That sounds like my
What?
brother.
Yeah, he said
Wait.
something fate, and then just ran. I think he was
Something-
afraid of whatever that chick was.
What
I don't
happened?
think he's afraid.
They just went up and slit her throat. I mean, sure, I've done some not nice things, but that was, I'll be honest, that escalated quickly.
Well, maybe they thought she was gonna join us in fighting against them.
But did they know that was gonna happen?
I don't
From the
think
way
anyone
they
knew.
ran, no.
Why did that happen? And where is Kurzan?
No, he ran. As to why that happened, it's anybody's guess. Maybe we should find like a holy man that's not crazy and ask him about it.
Were we double crossed? Is this a double cross?
Yes, we were
I
double
feel like,
crossed.
yes, that was a double cross. I mean, I've only been around for a little while, but
I mean, we still have the money, so
Well, I've got a double barrel for him. And by double barrel, I mean 1 barrel, but 2 times. 1 for each kneecap. And then we're gonna throw him in the river. Let's go, boys.
yes, yes. Oh.
More importantly, I hope that Jaeger didn't get caught up in this. Hopefully they didn't pull him from us as some greater plot to defeat us more easily. I don't know. I'm being paranoid. But
I
we
mean,
definitely should.
did the
Go ahead.
guys that took him look like either set of these guys that we fought tonight, either here or on the beach?
DM?
So the guys, you're asking if the guys here looked anything like the ones you just fought on the beach?
No.
No.
The guys here looked anything like the ones that Jaeger left with.
Or the guys on the beach?
No and no.
No. They just looked like normal people.
He's probably at some pub drinking all the rum they've got.
If that's the case, me and Jaeger have a problem because the fallen soldier was fine.
Yeah, but if they're buying his drink somewhere else, that's better.
I would have bought him drinks. Either way, should we leave?
Yes.
All right, so you guys are heading back to the boats?
I am.
Okay. Give me.
I'm probably getting dragged back, but yes.
Oh, wait. Did some iron touch you?
I became impaired.
Oh, that's right. You all see a stick and mud energy man around you now.
Yeah, I just kind of walk off because I ain't touching that. Nope.
Orion, can you carry
You've
him?
seen it before.
You don't want me to touch him. Last time I touched him, he yelled at me.
All right, I guess I'll drag him back. I'm just gonna grab onto his whatever kind of clothes he's wearing and just start pulling him.
I think I'd much rather have the robot do it.
Me too. Me too.
Okay, I'll do it. And I'll reach down and I'll pick up the crossbow off the ground. And I'll walk over to Thrak first and I'll say, "Thank you for letting me borrow it." And I'll hand him the crossbow, the one pitched bolt, and the 9 regular bolts that I have.
I'm going to inspect it. Does it seem to be in fine working order?
Gotta make sure that shit's a good shit.
It's a bit dirty, and it looks slightly loose, like it took a hard, blunt hit at some point.
Did you hit someone with this thing? You know you're supposed to shoot with it, right?
I was trying. And then that thing, and I point to the spot where the demon just dissolved, knocked it out of my hands. No, that's not true. I dropped it because I had to defend myself, because he was at me point blank, and I needed to swing my saber. So yes, I dropped the crossbow bolt.
Fair enough.
It feels good to get that off my chest. And now, you, and I point towards Tyrannic, and I go and I'll try to find some place. What is he in some other form right now?
Tyrannic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's his raw changeling form, yes.
So, I mean, he's got clothes, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna pick him up in areas that are like, I don't want to touch his skin. And I'll drag him, however awkward that may be. If I gotta pull him by the back of his belt loop, like with him in a V formation behind me, I'll do that.
Okay. You
Thank God.
you grab him as safely as you can without actually touching his body and start moving him. Where are you moving him to?
Just wherever we're going as a group.
I think we're going back to the boats. Boats for me. Boats for you?
Boats from me.
All right, you guys head back to the boats.
Boats.
When you get there, you do notice immediately that one boat is missing.
2 boats are missing.
No, it's just one. It was 2 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it is. It's on the edge.
You are able to see the other boat, however, just a little bit out in the water, maybe about 40 feet out, and you see a familiar face just kind of looking back at you. He seems to have stopped rowing, and he's just staring at you all. It's Curzon, by the way.
Yeah. I just throw my hands up
Now's your chance.
like this. Just
Let's get him. Get in here.
At the sight of my brother, I'm going to go ahead and start limping my way there as well.
Let's go. Orion.
all right.
This boat.
I'll hop in.
And then as soon as Orion's in, I start I give him one of the oars and I start rowing. And I say, let's go.
We're gonna be so slow, Pterodoc.
As you all rush into the boats, he looks at both your boats and shouts, "Do you plan on pursuing me?"
Do you plan on running, brother?
He, when he hears that, he looks over at you, Tyrannic, and just starts laughing. "I'll give you the chance to wait and give me time to flee, but if you plan to chase me," he holds one hand up in your direction, "you're about to regret it."
He has a squid monster.
He has a squid monster.
And I immediately stop at whatever Orion said. And just go, oh my god. A squid
Was the
monster.
girl ever really in danger?
And I start pedaling in the opposite direction now.
I assumed we hadn't left the shore yet.
No, not yet.
I don't know.
I want to yell to him.
saving her.
What'd you yell, Tyrannic?
Was Was the girl ever really in danger?
He lowers his hand for a moment. Yes, there was a chance she wouldn't die. Fortunately, your actions made quick work of it. I should thank you for that.
Did you even love Candy?
He shrugs. A means to an end. But seeing as you're all still alive, it looks like the end didn't pan out. What can you do?
Oh.
You can run fast.
He smiles
Do you want to get him?
and sits back down.
I whispered, no, not really.
Hopefully we'll meet again. Thanks for the trip, as he starts rowing off.
See you at the next family reunion.
And are you guys waiting a bit till he's out of sight?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll hop out and I'll just walk over to one of the boats next to them. And I'll say, perhaps we go to the Fallen Soldier and have a pint. Wait for all this to blow over.
More like 4 pints.
Okay. So
Maybe Jaeger will come back.
you guys are all loading up in the 2 cultist boats? They're just boats.
The 2 cultist boats.
Yeah.
Do we sink the other one?
Say what?
Do we sink the other one?
Oh, you're asking them? My bad.
What's the point?
I think we need
A couple
to
of those guys got away.
I'm sure there's more boats on this island. We're not gonna sink them all.
And they've got probably bigger problems to deal with.
We could tie it off to one of our boats and just take it with us. That'd be quicker than wrecking it.
We could sell it.
Or at the very least return it. We don't know if this was that one was a stolen boat.
We could still sell it.
I vote we sell it.
I'll tell you
Selling's fine.
what. Is anybody able to pilot a boat by themselves? Anybody else?
No, I don't think
No.
so.
Well, shit.
But I mean, surely one of us has rope.
I've got some rope.
We just tie it off. Drag it behind us.
Are we really selling a boat?
I'm here to sell a boat.
It sounds like
What's
you're
the
going to try.
plan?
Oh my god. How? No, this isn't. God bless us.
Okay, I'll walk over to the other boat and I'll tie off a piece of rope. Instead of doing the smart thing and rowing a boat over there, I'm gonna walk over to the lone boat, tie it off, and then just wade through waist-high water and drag it all the way over and tie it off to mine and Brunhilde's boat.
Okay. You all see Orion do all this as he's kind of just up to his waist in water, just pulling a boat, sometimes bumping onto the rocky shore.
I got it!
And he ties it to
Excellent.
Bertha's boat.
Why are we bringing this?
Because we're gonna sell it.
Because it's worth money?
I don't think it's much.
A boat in good
Enough for a
condition will go.
drink.
Oh, a drink. All right, let's go.
All right, we traveling?
We're traveling.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys get back on open waters and start making your way back. Reminiscing over everything that just transpired. A lot of very sudden, chaotic events. But that's what we're going to call it tonight. So, everyone out there who's been watching, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. We do appreciate it. Y'all had fun here too, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Always.
Good. Very good. It's just a lot of fun to do this. We will...
Thank you, Dean.
We will be back Wednesday, I believe, and then also Thursday for the charity event. Moose, you want to tell them about that one more time?
Yeah. Also, there is a chance if I'm feeling up to it and the people want it, I'll finish Alien Isolation tomorrow. Because we couldn't make it happen on
Oh,
Saturday.
I remember. I stayed for it.
Yeah, so we may or may not be back tomorrow, but more importantly, Thursday, we have a charity live stream with Blurred Without Fear on his channel. That is twitch.tv/Blurred Without Fear. I just put it in the chat. We are raising money for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital here in Memphis, here in 901. This is all Nerd 901. So we're going to be playing The Forest and some other games throughout the night. So if you're able to make it, we would greatly appreciate you coming by the stream.
All right. That sounds good. Well, y'all, again, thanks for being here, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.